Grab a beer and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy Podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy Podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy, and this week I am joined by my lovely wife, Susie.
Hi, y'all.
How's it going today?
It's going amazing.
Good. Well, we haven't done one of these in quite a while. We're on location. And good news and bad news. The good news is we are actually at Alchemy Brewing in Cashton, Wisconsin. The bad news is the owner, who is the head brewer, has been on vacation, and they only have one of their beers on tap right now. So we're going to try that. But then we do have 5 other guest taps that we got with their flight. So it's going to be not quite what we were hoping to do, but we're still going to talk about it. We may have to come back and visit once again when they have more on tap. So I guess you never know. Life throws you curves, right?
It does.
So we're going to make the best of it.
Yeah. So Alchemy Brewing is on the Highway 27, which is a main highway here in the area. And years ago, the location, I think, was close to a little pub that they used to call the little old schoolhouse. My mom grew up in this area, and she always referred to it as Crockerville. Spencer and Vera Crocker owned a little watering hole, and it was in the area. And I can remember her telling stories just about, it's a farming community, so the farmers would come and after chores or for lunch, to wet their whistle. But unfortunately, that building burnt down a number of years ago and was rebuilt by another individual, and it was called Terry's Hideout for many years. So since then, it's changed hands, but Alchemy Brewing is here now, and they have a beautiful location. It's beautiful. They have a nice patio.
I believe they have volleyball, sand volleyball.
They used to have it. Yeah, they used to have it when it was Terry's Hideout. They did, but now they have expanded their patio.
Oh, right.
Which today is not the day to be on the patio. However, we are experiencing some of the smoke that's coming down from Canada, and it's a little
smoky. Smells a little smoky outside.
And a little hazy. So.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So yeah, they've got an outdoor, I think that's theirs. They have an outdoor grill type area where they must make, at least I hope that's theirs. It's right behind the building here. Alchemy, when it first started, was actually, I believe, in their house. And they had turned their garage into a tap room. And that's the first time that I remember seeing it, is they had actually a barrel of, I think it was a brown ale on tap at one of the local, actually the bar right across the street. That's the first time I'd ever even heard of it. I didn't realize that they were across the street in their garage and such. And then they've expanded, so to speak, and moved out here. And it's a really nice building. And like you said, the area, it's really nice. There's a lot of outdoor seating, a lot of indoor seating. And as you can hear, there's people here, so it does get a little louder. Their brewing is all done here on the premises as well. So we've got, like I said, we'll take some pictures and post it for social media so you can see what it looks like. And like I said, we'll have to once again come back another time when they do have more of their own beers.
They do have a full menu as well.
Yes.
Friday fish fries, the whole day. They have a great hamburger. They have a really good hamburger special, but I'm trying the taco salad today, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm doing the Philly cheesesteak type deal. So we're going to see how that is. They do have a full menu, like you said. And it does seem like it's interesting. They do have I think this is the 7th year now. They said they're having their own festival, and it's called the Testicle Festival. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing we know what they're making.
Yes.
We've not been here for that. We may have to check it out sometime. I did not realize that they have bands that come in, and it's kind of crazy. This year, the opening band is Quiet Riot, and the main featured band is Texas Hippie Coalition. Kind of interesting, I guess, that just like you had said, it's a farming community, this area, out in the middle of nowhere, and you're having Quiet Riot and Texas Hippie Coalition. So it should be an interesting festival, to say the least, and that's in October.
October, sometime frame.
Yeah, so go online. You can find all the information on that if you're interested. Well, hey, we might as well jump into this, and I guess we'll just start with their beer. It's the one that they still had on tap. It's called Orange Kiss, and this is a blend of bold red wine and kiss of fresh ripe oranges and a touch of whiskey. So this is actually really isn't a beer, I guess.
Yeah.
With every sip, you'll experience the perfect balance of rich wine, the natural taste of fresh oranges, and the subtle warmth of premium rum. Now that's confusing because it said whiskey and now it says rum.
Yeah.
It's
more like a sangria then.
Yeah, I'm trying to. They had crossed it off, but then it was back on here. So then I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But it says it's a symphony of flavor. So
See.
It's kind of more of a red color. Oh yeah, flavor-wise, that's not bad. I don't think it definitely has.
Oh, I can the orange. It's really good.
Orange, yeah.
It is more like a sangria type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I'll say
very
on a
good.
hot day like today outside, this would be good. I think.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Orangey.
I don't get, like I said on the description, it said about whiskey and then it said rum, so I don't know which one it is for sure. I don't really get a strong flavor of that.
No, it's more. Actually, it tastes kind of like Kool-Aid.
Kind of.
It's very.
Don't let the kids have it.
No, very refreshing.
Did it say what the? It does not say on here what the ABV is, but I'm guessing it's one of those. You have enough of it, you'll feel it. I'm guessing, but it's.
I'm trying to the orange. It's like a candy, some kind of candy flavor, like kind of like a Jolly Rancher, maybe. Kind
of, but
just a very. It's definitely orange.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's not offensive orange. It's not like citrusy orange. It's more.
That's actually
really good.
Pretty good. Like I said, it's technically it's not a beer, but yeah, very refreshing though. On a hot day, this would be pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we score 0 to 5 by a tenth of a point. So what?
I would go 3.5 at least.
3.5?
3.5, yeah.
I was gonna say for that style of a drink, that's actually pretty good. I mean, you could definitely drink a pint of that, and I don't think that the flavor wouldn't burn you out, anything like that.
It's not citrusy heartburn citrus.
Right.
It's more of a subtle,
Yep, that would be the one thing that I would be curious about if you did have a pint of it. Would you get heartburn? I don't know. A lot of times, I've now brought this up on the podcast a lot before, like that Mike's Hard Lemonade. When I get that, it definitely, gives me heartburn. But I can usually tell instantly when I drink that. With this, I'm not picking that up. So, yeah, score-wise, I'd say I'd go like a 3.4, 3.5 as well. That's actually not bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We actually just finished our lunch. That came quicker than what I was expecting. So we took a little break, and I will say the Philly cheesesteak was actually very good.
Nice.
Temperature hot, which is good, which means they just made it and such. But it was really good.
Solid taco salad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we got a full tummies, and now we can get back to the important stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is drinking beers. Now, once again, like we said, we kind of came on kind of a bad day because I think it sounded like he's got a bunch of his own beers that are going to go on tap tomorrow. But they just our schedule. It didn't work out that way, but we will eventually make it back and do a flight of their own beers. So the next beer that we actually have, so the rest of these are guest taps, and we're going to just kind of go through them, see how they are. And there's a few of them I think I never had before. Some of them I have, but they're solid. So we're gonna give them a whirl. So the next one that we have is actually by Elm Creek, and this is their Road Trippin' Hazy Pale Ale. It's 5.5% ABV.
Pale ale or IPA?
Pale ale. So it shouldn't be quite as hoppy. And it's hazy.
Okay.
So they're usually not as hoppy as like your normal IPAs.
I've never heard of a hazy ale.
A hazy pale ale, yep. Okay. Yeah, it's just another style. There's hazy, there's juicy, there's all these other ones too that usually it's a little more, the hop isn't quite as strong as like in some of your IPAs. Now their description is, every great road trip needs a great beer in the cooler, and this one earns its spot. Road Trippin' is a soft, hazy pale ale built on malted wheat and flaked oats for a pillowy, easy drinking body.
Nice. Yes. So road tripping is something that we do a lot in this area. We have a large Amish community here, and in the spring we like to go flower shopping. So this is one of our stops usually on our flower shopping day. So the girls.
See, it fits in.
It does.
We had to kind of road trip our way down here, so to speak. Yeah, that's actually a very solid hazy IPA. So if you smell it, it's got more of kind of a citrusy.
You said hazy IPA.
Hazy pale ale.
Hazy pale ale. Okay, because I normally don't like IPAs.
Right.
So I'm going to prepare my body.
When you smell it, you definitely get more of kind of a citrusy.
Citrusy, yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So when you taste it, it's going to be kind of the same. It's a lot more of a citrus flavor than a hop.
Oh, that's not bad.
Right. That's what the one thing that we've noticed before too is like a lot of the hazy IPAs really are a lot easier drinking because the hop, it's there, but it's not the main feature or the main focal point. You know, the haziness of it really kind of knocks down that hop bite. And I think that's where a lot of times you kind of like that better, you know, because it's definitely like easier on the palate.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of a visual person, so looking at a hazy, whether it's a hazy pale ale or an IPA, they just look a little funk because they're hazy and they're a little cloudy.
Yeah, you can't see through them.
You can't see through them. So for me, if I did a blind taste test, it would maybe be, I wouldn't be so prejudiced. But no, this is good. It's not bad. Kind of grapefruity.
Yeah.
Little like
it is
citrus,
a
little more bite.
To me, it's not so much. It is grapefruity, but it says almost and maybe it's just because the last one that we had was the orange one, but I still get kind of an orange, a little bit of a flavor to it.
It's good, though. Yeah. I mean, not something that I would drink a lot of, but I can definitely.
Score-wise on that, I'd do like a 2.7. I think it's better than average for me. I think it's definitely decent. I could drink a can of it. You know, I don't know if I can go back for another one right off the bat.
Right.
But just because it's the same with most beers, a lot of times you kind of want to change up your palate a little bit. But yeah, I think it's solid.
I would do 2.5. It's average.
Mm-hmm. But for a pale ale, for you, that's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that one I don't think I've had that before. I got to double check, but that was a solid beer. So now the next one that we're going to have, I've had a number of times.
It's kind of your go-to.
It was kind of a go-to at the one tavern that we would visit on a regular basis. And then they ran out of it and they haven't had it back. So I'm hoping at some point they get it back. But this is from Sand Creek, which is in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. So kind of a little bit closer. It's probably about the same distance from our house as what this is. Mm-hmm. But we went up there a number of times. They've been around for quite a while. And this is their Blackberry Hard Lemonade.
Mm-hmm. And for lemonade, it's not as heartburny as like the Mike's or the
correct
some of the others that are out there.
Yeah, that's the one thing that, and I know I've brought this up before, but like with Mike's Hard Lemonade and such, when I drink it, I can get a couple sips into it, and I can already feel that I'm going to get heartburn. Where with this one, it doesn't do that, and I think that's, I don't know how they do it to make it where you don't get heartburn, but it's good. And like I said, we would go to the local tavern and they'd have it on tap, so I'd get a couple mugs of it and be totally fine. So yeah, I know it had kind of disappeared for a little bit. This one did, but then they brought it back, and I'm glad because it's a solid one.
Oh yeah, it's great. I would definitely give it a 3. It's a great summer drink, pontoon out on the lake drink.
Yep.
When it's hot.
I was going to say, when it's ice cold on a hot day, it goes down really easy. So I don't remember, they didn't say on here what, but I think if I remember right, the ABV, it's probably right around 5, I believe. So it's right in there with, when it's competing with those other hard lemonades, things like that. But I don't know, just the flavor.
Do they bottle it, or do they?
They do, I believe. I have to double check. I know they had it in cans before. I'm not sure now. If they still do, I would have to look, and see. But yeah, before they've actually had a number of different variants of this. This is the blackberry. They've had cranberry. They've had lime. They had of course, regular. I'm trying to think. They've had a number of different flavors of it, but I don't know, the blackberry seems like it's the one that's stuck around the longest. So yeah, like I said, score wise, I'd definitely give it like a 3.2. I do like it, and again, it's one of those, I think that on a hot day, like you said, on a pontoon, if you had it in cans, you could take them out in the cooler, and yeah, it's very good. And like I said, the Sand Creek also still makes one of my favorite go-to beers, which is the Oscar's chocolate oatmeal stout. That's solid. I mean, that's like
your very first beer that you rated top forever, right? I mean when you first started.
Right. When it was one of them that was way up there. It was that Liney's, the original Northwoods Amber, was one of the top ones, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they were up there. They're solid. And then of course Buffalo Sweat from Tallgrass is and that one luckily has Wichita Brewing has kind of brought it back the last couple of years, and when I can get it, I still pick up a 6-pack now and then. So yeah, those are always been kind of the go-tos, you know, and because you can't, I hate to say it, even for the Northwoods beer guy, you can't drink barrel-aged beers all the time.
You can, but you end up making bad decisions.
Well, something like that, or you go to bed early. So one of the two. Well, we're going to skip the next one on the flight for right now. I think we'll save that one till the end because it's going to be a little bit more, a little stronger. Okay. So the next one that they brought is I believe it is the Cider Boys Peach County cider, 5% ABV. So this is going to be a cider, but it's going to have a peach flavor to it.
I'm not a peach fan, so I might be a hard sell on this.
Here, I'll let you smell that first. You can definitely smell the peach.
Oh dear, yes. Mm-hmm.
Now I've had a number of different cider boys, and again, they all they do is cider, and they've got a lot of variants on flavors as well, and they've usually been pretty decent. So we'll see how the Peach County is. That reminds me. Well, take a taste. What the flavor? It's definitely peach.
Oh, Jolly Rancher.
It reminds me of those gummy peach ring candies.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's the flavor it reminds me of.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Oh,
because I don't like peach.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Now that I could see might give me a little heartburn.
I was just going to say that. I think this could potentially be heartburn a little bit.
So where is Cider Boys?
Cider Boys is actually in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Wow.
And, over there is, of course, I've been over in that area a number of times, not so much in Stevens Point, but would go to Iola to the car show that was over there. Mm-hmm. And, of course, another brewery that's in that area, of course, the Central Waters, that's in Amherst. But we would go to Stevens Point to Point Brewing, and we've done a tour there before. And we never, I'd have to verify, because I don't remember for sure if the Cider Boys is part of Point Brewing.
Oh, it's
I'd have to double check. I think it's a
something?
division of it, because if I remember right, I think they sell that in their gift shop as well, because you can buy all the different, they got a lot of beers in there that you can buy and merch, and I believe Cider Boys is part of that. Mm-hmm. So.
That's cool. I remember, and I'm thinking it was where was that brewery that we went to? Was it Pivo? Mm-hmm. And they had
that was
cider.
in Iowa.
That was in Iowa,
yep.
And they locally sourced all their apples, and they did cider and stuff. And it was we did that tour, and we went back, and it was just crazy how they the vats of the apple stuff that they did. And
I never knew how they did cider. Yeah. And then, like you said, that was just like crazy, because there was like barrels of apples waiting to be made into cider.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting, because we've seen the brewing process on regular beers, and I've seen you see the bourbon barrels and things like that sitting around, so you know how that is. Yeah. I've never seen how they did cider.
Yep.
So it really was kind of an interesting deal, and it was cool that they took us back there and showed us. And of course, I do think it helped that our group bought one of every beer that they had, and they had a lot of beers on tap. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was down by. Was it
Kalmar?
Kalmar, yes.
Kalmar.
Kalmar, yep, down by Decorah.
Didn't they lose their brewer or something? Or
the brewer that was there, actually, I believe they were closing. The brewer that was there, if you remember, he came from Colorado.
Right.
And he was helping them get it set up and all that. And then once they got it up and running, and I'm sure he got the recipes and the techniques down, he was going to go back to Colorado. And that had been a few years, not all that long ago, really, though. But, there was a few years ago, and I do believe I heard that they were closing or had closed. So it's, unfortunately, it's kind of the ups and downs in the craft beer market recently. There was the big boom, and now you're seeing some of the.
I think it looks like they're still open, but they're for sale.
Okay, there you go. Yep, I knew that something was going on. So hopefully somebody buys them and continues, because they had a lot of really good beers and
good merch.
Good,
It was fun. They had just put on like a banquet facility, didn't they?
Yes.
And
that was like a big room.
Event hall. And Kalmar, Iowa is not very big.
Right.
Again, farming community, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We were on our way to Des Moines, weren't we? Decorah.
No, we stayed there.
Decorah.
Because then we went to Toppling Goliath.
Yes.
In Decorah, and then we hit Pivo, and I think we hit.
Wasn't it an ice storm?
Pulpit Rock or something, or
Wasn't there an ice storm or something when we went? I think.
I think the one time there was, yeah. Yeah, so it was rather interesting.
Yeah.
So, to calm our nerves, things like that.
Yeah, that's too bad though. I hope they find the right person and get the right fit. And
yeah, exactly, because it's one of those things that we say it on here a lot. We always say support local. Because when you spend your money at a local brewery, the money stays local. So that's always a big thing.
Well, then with people too, all of you guys drank like what, 3 flights or whatever.
I think it was
like 3 or 4.
It was, I think, at least probably 4.
And you guys didn't have a bad beer in any of them.
No, they were all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just kind of the state of the industry right now. Like I said, is you've got the ups and the downs right now. I think it's kind of weeding out some of the breweries that probably aren't doing as well, we'll say. But it's not going away by any way, shape, or form. It's just hopefully somebody will check them out, fall in love with the location, buy it, and keep it going, because it was a very good. And like you said, the facility was really nice. They had quite the thing going. So, all right, well, let's get back to the Cider Boys Peach County. What kind of score would you give that one?
Maybe like a 2-4. Not a huge fan, but I'm not a peach person, and
right.
I don't drink ciders usually. But.
Right. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna say I'll say a 2.5. I do think that it definitely tastes like a peach ring, one of them gummy candies, as far as I remember. Haven't had them in a while, but that's the flavor that it really stands out to me. I do think that it could be heartburny for me. So I don't think I would buy a lot of it, but it's solid. If you like peach and cider, I think you'd love it. All right. Well, we got 2 beers left. So the next one that we're going to have is this is an IPA, and this is Lagunitas Little Something Something. And this is a 7.5% ABV. So it's definitely a stronger, little higher alcohol content. Their description on this is way smooth and silky with a nice wheaty-esque-ishness.
2 strikes.
Wheaty-esque-ish.
2 strikes.
Ishness.
IPA and wheat. 2 things I really don't care for.
Say, when I read that, I thought, this could be bad, because I know you're definitely not a wheat beer fan. Let's see, they also say, just the little something something we all need to kick summer into full swing. Ingredients: hops, malt, hops, yeast, hops, water, and hops.
Oh.
So this may be hoppy. So we'll see. It's definitely clearer than what the hazy was. Well, for aroma-wise, it's still not super hoppy aroma.
Yeah, it wasn't. I can't really.
For as much buildup on hoppiness that they were saying, I mean, there's you can get a hop flavor, but it's not all that much.
It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, and the wheat is not like wheat right in my face.
Right.
It's a little at the end.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm surprisingly shocked that this is not bad.
Yeah. I'm surprised as well.
I was thinking I was going to be like, ugh, that's going to be gross, but no.
Well, considering 7.5%, and like I said, when they mentioned hops, 1, 2, 3, 5 times.
But it's not that much.
No.
I mean, if they're in there that many times or what, I mean, if there's that much content, you can't really, they've done a good job of masking.
For sure.
I mean, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
Really.
And considering
it doesn't taste like 7%.
Right. I was saying, considering they did bring our flight out before they brought our food out, so this has sat here for a little bit, so it's not as cold as what you normally would want it. But it's a lot smoother than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to definitely be a hop bite to it.
I would drink that over a cider any day.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't do IPAs
or wheat beers.
Or wheats.
But like I said, on the wheat side, you really don't get that normal wheat.
I can smell a little wheat in the aroma, but not,
right.
The taste, it really isn't that offensive for me. And not that, sorry, wheat farmers, but I just don't like wheat in beer.
Right. And usually if there's wheat in there, there's a distinct flavor. Right. And instantly. And I know exactly what you're...
Is there a difference between like Belgian wheat and like regular wheat, or because it seems like the Belgian wheat is one that I really, really don't care for.
Well, Belgian, they also in like Belgian beers, they also use a Belgian yeast, that has a different flavor to it as well.
Taste.
That produces the alcohol it produces is a different flavor. So that in conjunction with everything else, definitely has a stronger wheat flavor to it. So yeah, so Lagunitas, little something something, 7.5%, drinks pretty smooth, and like I said again, the hop. I really don't get a whole lot of hops. I'm gonna do like a 2.8 on this one. Again, I think it's one that if it was a little colder, I think the flavor would have really been, if we'd have drank it a little earlier, it would have definitely done even more justice to it. But it's good.
I would do 2.9. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, might even drink like a pint. I mean,
slow down.
I know.
That's pretty crazy. Well, I guess we're down to our last beer, and I hung on to this one because, well, when we describe it, ladies and gentlemen, you'll realize why I left it to the end. So the last one that we have, and I'm going to have to look because I don't think that I've ever had this one before, and it's a couple things going for it that I like. So this is by Delta Beer Lab, and this is their barrel-aged barley wine.
Oh, barley wine.
Yep, this is a 10% ABV. Now, they don't have a description on the menu here. I'm going to look up in a hurry and just see if I can find something on it.
So Delta Beer Lab?
Delta Beer Lab. Okay, here we go. Oh, which one is it? They have a number of them here. Let's see.
They're in Fitchburg?
It could be. So they've got a 01, a 21, a 22, and a 23 listed.
Oh, for this particular
okay,
year?
so this one is, the 01 is higher. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. None of them say. So a lot of times barley wines are drinks that are beers that a lot of people, either you love them or you hate them. There just really doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of in between with these. So it's going to be interesting. We don't know, what kind of barrels that they were aged in, unfortunately. It just says barrel aged, so I'm guessing it would probably be a bourbon barrel, but I don't know that for sure. Color-wise, it's not as dark as a lot of the beers we drink. It's definitely a dark brown, but it's not like, some of the stouts where they look almost like motor oil. So that's a good thing. So
it makes it a barley wine because they age it in wine barrels?
No, technically no. Just jumping on, here's what kind of the definition of a barley wine is. Barley wine is a strong, full-bodied ale, not a wine, named for its high alcohol content. Typically they're between 8 and 13%. And complexity, similar to wine. It's known for rich, malty flavors like caramel, toffee, and dried fruit with two main styles. British, which is more balanced, and American, which is often hoppier and more bitter. It's a winter warmer that ages exceptionally well, developing more complex wine-like characteristics over time. So it's not aged in wine barrels, but it's kind of reminiscent of the complexity in flavor.
Okay, so
here's how to enjoy it.
Okay.
Serve in a snifter, which we have a taster glass. Sip slowly, as it's a strong winter warmer, and pairs well with cigars or rich desserts.
It's like a dessert beer.
Yep.
I mean, the flavors, it's like really kind of explodes in your mouth, the flavors. When you take a sip, I mean, it's very...
Right.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yep.
No. And I'm getting like a fruit. Did you get a fruit?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh.
So
I'm getting a little fruit. It's just, it's good, but it's like you said, like it's almost like a dessert wine.
Yeah. So here, I'll just give you some more information on it. So the key characteristics: type, strong ale made from fermented barley. So that's where, barley wine is more barley.
Okay.
Yeah. Alcohol, it's high, typically 8 to 13% or more. Flavor rich and malty with notes of caramel, toast, and dried fruit. Can range from sweet to bitter depending on the style. Color ranges from deep amber to dark brown. So this one I'd say is probably like a deep amberish, in between that and the dark brown. It's not, it's
it's
like
amber
it's kind
brown.
of a reddish little color.
I don't get the bitter though.
Aging, excellent.
Bitter.
excellent for aging, developing sherry-like or port-like notes over time.
Port wine, like a port wine.
And then they do have on here the different styles. There's the British style, which is more balanced, mellow, and malt-forward with less bitterness. The American style, often hoppier with more bitterness and citrus/pine notes from the American hops. So
I'm not getting any citrus or pine.
Okay.
But I mean, it's good.
So let's see. I mean, aroma-wise, you can smell kind of the barrel, I think. So I tends to make me believe that it may be a bourbon barrel, but it definitely has a little bit of that boozy kind of an aroma to it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't get any bitter. Do you?
No.
It's very smooth. I get a little fruit.
I get, like you said, like almost like a raisiny kind of a flavor.
And I'm not a big raisin person, but it's kind of
That's pretty smooth, though.
That is very smooth.
That's, interesting. I definitely think that it's a bourbon barrel.
I thought you said they didn't, it isn't.
This is barrel aged.
It is barrel aged.
They did not say which type of barrel, but I think to me, it almost has kind of that bourbon flavor. It does not have that boozy flavor to me.
No boozy. It more subtle, more. I mean, you know that there's alcohol in there.
But boy, I totally get that raisiny dark fruit flavor. Caramel, I don't really get a caramel.
I don't either.
But boy,
toast. I don't get
a toast to it. But I definitely think the raisin kind of stands out. 10% drinks very smooth. And I know people on the pod, listen to the podcast, I think, dude, you say that on a lot of these, but boy, I do think a lot of the barrel aged beers have come a long ways in back in the day, it was really, when you tasted it, it tasted like you were drinking straight bourbon at times. And now it seems like you get a lot more of the aroma. You do get some of the flavor, but it's not the main focal point being the bourbon. So yeah, I like this. This is like, and it's funny because some of our friends up in Hayward, they're not big barley wine fans, and I know Jim isn't like a big barley wine guy at times either. I like barley wines. I think they're, well, like I said, it's kind of more complex flavor, kind of, I don't know. It's just,
it's different.
It's different.
It doesn't taste like a beer.
Right.
It's more of, Yeah.
And there's other place brands that they do have like a wheat wine as well, which it's more made out of wheat instead of, barley. So that's a different thing too. But that's always a common question as well. Is it made the same way as wine? Is that why they call it a barley wine? And that's not what it is. So I like this. I like this a lot. I think that Delta Beer Lab, we're going to have to try and see where else.
Pittsburgh, they're in.
Yeah, we'll have to try and see if there's
Madison,
other
Pittsburgh.
places where we can try some other ones, or maybe have to do a road trip, getting back to that IPA or that pale ale. Because if there are other beers are like that, that's really good. So
You've never been there?
No.
Delta Labs?
Nope.
Okay.
So we'll have to check that out. So score-wise, do you want to
I would
first?
do a 2.9, maybe even a 3. I mean, it's not something you could drink a lot of.
Right. Personally, I think I would give this I'd go like a 3.5 on this. I think that's really good. And of course, again, I've had 100, probably close, going on 1,000 beers that are 10%, that are barrel aged, things like that. And this is really good. Like I said, that raisin flavor, that and the bourbon, they work well together. And I just think and that this temperature wise, this is about the right temperature to try these. Because then if it's too cold with these higher ABVs and the barrel aged stuff, you lose some of the flavors. Where when it opens up more, when it gets, typically they say you should have them between 50 and 54 degrees, where your IPAs are like 44 in that ballpark. So yeah, I think they did a really good job on that. Way to go, Delta Beer Labs. Got to check out where they're at. Maybe make a trip over there.
I did. I looked them up, and they said their environment is like a social laboratory, but they have food and stuff. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of wraps up our flight here from Alchemy Brewing. And again, I do apologize to Alchemy. If our intention was we were going to do a flight of your beers, so at some point here we will make our way back here.
Call ahead of time.
Yeah, maybe we'll call ahead of time, make sure they have some more on tap, and then we'll come down and do a more thorough review on their beers. So yeah, well, Susie, thank you so much for making the trip down. And like I said, it wasn't quite the way we were hoping it was going to go, but hey, you can't control what you can't control. So awesome. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever in the Sparta, Wisconsin area, head south on 27. And I'm not sure how, what is it, 10 minutes maybe?
Oh, not even.
Head south out of Sparta on Highway 27. Turn left and come to Alchemy Brewing. You definitely will like it. Like I said, the food is really good. They got a lot of stuff going on all the time. And they brew their own beer here on site. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. And like we always say, we hope your campfire is always warm.
And your beer is always cold.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.